This is a tough fight. You know, I even talked to Taylor. She's like, this is a bit of a skill-intensive fight. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's time for War 9 of Season 31. For Loki, we're doing pretty well, but we hit a bit of a rough patch, and I actually died in the last war. I had my first death of the season, so looking forward to just jumping right back up on the horse, as they say. And you know what, my boy Taters, he gives me two of my favorite champions to use. The ever confidence-inducing Dr. Doom, and then Mr. Negative, who I did, like just a month ago, I would not have considered him a confidence-inducing champion, but the more I get to use him, taking out Mojo bosses with him, things like that, he's becoming like one of my safety nets here. So here we go, going in for this first fight here against this Corvus, going to be using Dr. Doom. There's a couple of things on this note, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the combat Dejavu prowess. So if I'm doing the same hits over and over, he's going to be getting this prowess. It's going to give him some block penetration or things like that too. So I can see how this could work, right? If nothing else, this could cost you some potions. I started off being like, I'm just going to alternate combos and things like that. And then I was like, I'm using Dr. Doom, for God's sake. I did not enjoy how much that hit took off, but I'm using Dr. Doom. I don't like playing Doom. I'm not sure what the right term is. I like playing Doom aggressively. I like taking advantage of all the things that are in his kit, his crit resistance, his incredible power control. So it's like, I'm just going to play Doom. So we're going in, we're going to do our 3-hit combo here, and then we will do the medium, medium, light, 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 medium, medium coming out of it. And I think we're going to get to the SP1, and that's going to finish off our boy Corvus here. Nope, we're going to do one more Doom cycle. But again, this was just like this was a real nice, just like get back into war. Let's go ahead and destroy something. Doom is a great attacker for that. So I pushed this all the way to the SP3. If I had been thinking that through a little bit more smoothly, probably should have tried to shorten that and throw the SP2 and just to finish off the fight. But it is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. So we're going to move on to the next fight here. So now we are in Section 2, Lane 8, going up against this Odin. Me still being me, I am going to heal up Doom because that's what I do. It was a couple wars ago where I didn't do it with Spider-Man 99 going against a Man-Thing, and that was a little unusual for me, So here we go, and I know I have one more fight with Doom. Looks like I'm putting on the combat regeneration because I don't want to use any more potions. We've got all of these gray boosts, might as well use them. So we have this buff and balance weakness. Whenever the defender gains a buff, the attacker receives indefinite weakness. Obviously, Odin is going to be gaining these buffs here. This opportunist, he's going to gain 3% attack for each buff. Odin can do some nice damage. He's got the red numbers coming off of it, so that could be a problem. Divine Barrier is going to be something for us to watch out for because we're not going to be able to nullify when that Divine Barrier is on cooldown or up, depending on how you want to look at it. But for me, this is just going to be about doing Doom stuff. If I'm relying on the Nullify, I want to make sure I'm keeping an eye on the Divine Barrier there, the Mystic Barrier. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of play this Doom style, right? Like Odin's hitting into my block there. Nothing bad is happening at all. So for me, this was, I'm not going to play super passive. I'm not going to be insane. I'm just going to play aggressive Doom, be assertive. Let's call it assertive Doom and try to get to my SP3 here. I'm not even really worried about the weaknesses because Doom is just doing so much damage. And I don't know, I feel this way, where if I play too passively, that's often when I get caught on the dash back, if you know what I'm talking about, where you're dashing back and then the defender comes in and catches you on there because you've mistimed it. So I prefer not to play that way if I don't need to. So we're gonna go medium, medium, light, 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 medium, medium. Even though I've played Doom so long, it still scares me whenever I see the defender get up to those 3 bars of power. But here we go, and I think this SP2 will, no, I didn't even throw the SP2, just finish it off. So that was really cool. And then we will go into one more, which I think is this fight against Venom, which I have taken earlier. I don't remember, I think it was two wars ago. The coolest part about it was getting to evade the SP2. It was a partial evade, but it's still fun. It's still fun. So here we go. I've got the regen boost on. There's this Rich Gets Richer. Obviously, Venom will be starting with a lot of buffs. We've got the Divine Barrier, so that's something to pay attention to. Venom's SP2 can be a real problem. So I think that's the idea behind the placement. I totally get it. Is if things just go really, really bad, he's gaining, look how fast he's gaining all this power. He might throw an SP2 and catch someone off guard. But we're going to go in here, steal a little power, do a little nullifying. We're already almost up to 3 bars of power, so I pulled back there. I really didn't need to. I could have just gone in there, I believe, gotten my 3rd bar of power, finished it off. I don't get to play Doom very much in War. So this is the 2nd time this season. and it was fun. It was really fun, but sometimes those like things that become instinct, I think, get held back a little bit when you're not getting to play them very often. So, and that is definitely not a complaint. I have absolutely loved being able to play. I've taken fights with 10 different champions this season, so I am not complaining. I would rather this. This is awesome. So don't misinterpret that. All right, so here we go. The unblockable SP2. This probably should finish him off. Yeah. All right, and now we're up for by far my favorite fight of the war. I love this fight. I love taking Mr. Negative. This is a tough fight. You know, I even talked to Taylor. She's like, this is a bit of a skill-intensive fight. But I was excited to do it with Mr. Negative. I took out a Mojo boss earlier this season with Mr. Negative, taking out plenty of Mojos. In fact, I think I took Mr. Negative to rank 3 like 2 seasons ago. And like that day got assigned him in war against a Mojo. I think it was, this, in fact, the exact same node. So here we are. I brought along my own Mr. Fantastic, placed those 2 pre-fights there. You can see I'm checking the node. And then I'm also going to check to make sure that the Mr. Fantastic pre-fights are actually on the node. So that's what that double checking is. So here we are, we're gonna go in, and then I'm gonna check the node one more time. Also for viewers, a lot of you have asked me to show these things, so that's why I'm doing it. But we've got the suppression field on and the petrification ray. I can refresh those by knocking him down. You'll see at some point in the fight, I don't get too concerned about it. We've got Kinetic Transference, Feat of Indestructible. The Kinetic Transference is kind of, it makes the node a little bit more challenging. And then the Feat of Indestructible, something to remember. It's very instinctive, especially with a champion like Mr. Negative, where the SP2 is doing that big amount of damage for you. It's very instinctive to just throw it right afterwards, especially if you've just converted your light energy into dark. At least it is for me. So that was something I'm like, okay, I need to keep that in mind. I need to keep that in mind that when I hit 2 bars of power, Mojo's going to get this indestructible. So here we go. And then what the first thing I really wanted to check for was if he is running unfazed or not. So there we go. And it's not foolproof now. I don't know for a fact that he's not running unfazed, but I'm confident that he's probably not. Meaning I don't need to use the SP1 to convert my energy. I don't need to let Mojo knock me down with the last part of his SP1. So I'm just going to be going in and hitting on him. I'm not worried about the prompts. You can see we're already winning this fight 67 to 100. So all is going just fine. Baiting the SP1s as much as I can here. Going to hit the block a little bit. I would like to get up to 10 dark energy if I can. So we're set up nicely to do that. Going to do the heavy intercept there, right? The evade. And then I knew the indestructible was long enough. I did want to get out of the corner. The indestructible been up enough, and that I was going to land so many degens that we would be just fine. So I went ahead and threw the SP2. I didn't need to do that, but you see the results there, right? So it was just really nice to get that, holding the heavy in the corner there, getting the evade, having that transfer over the energy. And then remember I was talking about, throwing that SP2. It just felt good, right? It was really cool. My defenders did really well this war. I think it was null, and I'm not going to guess at the other one because I don't recall. I've fallen behind on war videos a little bit. I had a heck of a week here with family stuff and work, so fell behind on war videos. And then unfortunately, we tied. We tied this war. We had a slightly longer, actually quite a bit longer fight duration, as you can see there. So Parade Battle Team beat us there. Well played over there with PBT. I think it was 7-7 as far as defensive kills. So it was a really good matchup. They just went through faster, and that's the way the rules work. So they deserve the win. And congratulations to the MVPs in our battle group, Lizer, PWF, and OJ. So for Loki, we're heading into the last war of the season, and last week of the season. We got to get some wins. I think we will. I feel very, very good about it. I'm not that far behind. I don't know the results. I just know us, and I think we're going to come through. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you ask any questions. Let me know how your season is going, and especially if you have any questions about Mr. Negative. I really enjoy playing him, and he's someone that I know that for a while I kind of stayed away from because, MP Blaze is such a great player. And I always associated Mr. Negative MP Blaze, and I was a little bit like, oh, maybe this is a high skill champion. And I do think he takes some skill to get used to, but he is an extremely good champion. So if you got any questions, let me know about that. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.